WillSmith, aka Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Big Willie himself. He's got a new album coming out called Based on a True Story, and he decided to have a performance at the famed House of Blues in Las Vegas, Nevada. So yours truly decided I would love to see WillSmith perform. My Aunt Debbie, who currently resides in Las Vegas, came with me as well. I'm gonna go through what my experience was with that and also show you a lot of footage that I took at the concert itself. I wasn't sure who all was gonna come to this thing. I don't know how popular Will is in terms of the music stuff. The place was packed to the point where you could barely move. I got the standing room only tickets, so I got to stand near the stage, but I got there extra early. I was like third or fourth row, so I could see Big Willie himself on stage. They had food inside. I was able to get some chicken fingers with some fries. They were absolutely amazing. After a lot of waiting time and a lot of chanting, it was time to start the show. And I gotta be honest, guys, this show, it was amazing! WillSmith is in his later 50s, so you never know with these kind of things if they're gonna be lazy on stage, but WillSmith brought it the entire time. I was already hella excited to be there just off that song, and that's not even his song. That's just him bringing energy into the crowd. So from there, I didn't know what the opener was gonna be, but as soon as I heard those scratches, I was like, oh yeah, getting jiggy with it. Getting Jiggy With It is my absolute favorite song of all time. So when he opened with it, I was ready to do my dance.
We're gonna leave the world outside of here. We making our own space in here tonight.
From there, he jumped into another personal favorite of mine, Boom, Shake the Room.
I gotta warm this up, Get a little nervous, y'all making me a little nervous, y'all. Who I am. Told my mother that I never make a wet jam. Sometimes I get nervous and start to stutter, and I'm so let me word I utter. So I try to chill, but you can worship, but still I need to get ground and get to it. Take me calm down, I can get through it.
And then that song segued into Brand New Funk. Props to my aunt for going to this concert again, because I know that she didn't know the words to any of these songs. And so she was looking at me because I was recording and also mouthing the words to these songs, and she's probably sitting there like, how does he know the words to all these songs? Because I listened to a lot of WillSmith songs growing up. And then he went into doing Switch. I don't know how Nintendo never reached out to WillSmith in all these years and said, hey, he's got a song called Switch. We should use that in our advertising for our Nintendo Switch system. Would have totally been great. So he does Switch, and then from there, he switches into doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, and nowadays when he performs it, he'll use the backbeat of Switch when he's performing that song, which he also did here. And of course, everybody in the place knew the words to this song. It is the most famous rap song worldwide of all time. Beyond just performing his hits, again, he had a hit TV show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and so he brought elements of that show into his concert performance also. For example, on the back screen, you saw Carlton's character come out, and of course, he was doing that dance. And then he had the whole crowd singing that song by the end of that performance.
There you go, there you go.
This is the part where it gets really somber because obviously, you know, the Carlton dance is associated with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. Will walked off stage and on the screen in the background, you saw a montage of clips from the Fresh Prince. And all of them had to do with scenes where he was in the scene with James Avery, who played Uncle Phil. Will came back out and he sat down on a stool and you saw a picture of James Avery behind him as he talked about how much James Avery meant to him and his development as a man.
So on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
I love your whole aura.
I was under there with James Avery, just like crafting myself as a man.
From there, he also talks about Quincy Jones, who recently passed, because he was the one that helped cast Will in the first place for this show and was the producer on the show.
Quincy Jones picked me, and at the time I really needed it. He lifted me up and he made me the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And so he just talks very nice about these two men and how they helped him to, you know, rise up to the level of the man he always wanted to be and aspire to. Then he mentions that during the course of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he also became a father with his son Trey. And that, of course, leads into the song, Just the Two of Us.
From the hospital that first night, took an hour just to get the car seated right. People driving off fast got me kind of upset. Got you home safe, placed you in your bassinet. That night, I don't think one wink I slept as I slipped out my bed to your crib by crib, touch your head gently. Felt my heart melt cause I knew I loved you more than life itself. Into my knees, and I begged the Lord, please let me be a good daddy, all he needs. Love, knowledge, discipline too. I pledge my life to you. Yeah. Sharice coaches, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Props to the background singer on these songs. He picked some really good choice background singers to perform with him on stage.
Yo, Sharice, give me some of that. Show them what that love. Show them what that love in that voice sounds like.
And then once again, at the end of the song, he says, you know what? I feel like I want to sing tonight, and so I'm gonna try to sing a little bit. And then he starts playing the original version of Just the Two of Us that he sampled for his song with Bill Withers.
I want to spend my life with you. Sing. Yeah. Just the two of us. Sing.
And so we go from Just the Two of Us to being in Las Vegas to going to that sunshine state of Florida with the song Miami.
Everybody party all day, no work, all play, no game. So we sip a little something, leave the rest to spill. Me and Johnny in the bar running up a high, nothing less than nil. When we dress to kill, every time the ladies pass, they be like, y'all feel me? All ages and races, real sweet faces, every different nation, Spanish, Haitian, Indian, Jamaican, black, white, Cuban, Asian. Only came for 2 days.
Amy seemingly had like 3 different portions, because the first part, he's doing the song with the original beat that the song was on, and then for the second part of the song, the beat switched up.
500 degrees in the Caribbean seas with the hot mommies. They be like, every time I come to town, they be spotting me in the drop Bentley, ain't no stopping me. So cashy, you know, and floating this fashion show. Now put out anywhere you go. Yo, ain't no shit in the world like this. If you ask how I know, I got to plead the fifth.
And then yet and still, for the final part of the song, the beat switches again to more of a Latin sounding vibe where he's able to do like a bit of a salsa dance on stage.
Come on, now faster, 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 faster.
Walking the city with the heat is on, all night on the beach till the break of dawn.
Yeah, yeah.
We now go into the catalog of songs that he did for soundtracks, specifically 2 very, very important and high charting songs. First, he starts off by doing the song Wild Wild West.
Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this, 6 gun of this, brother running this, buffalo soldier. Look, it's like I told you. Any damsel that's in distress, be out of that dress when she meet Jim West. Rough necks and go check them all the vibe. Watch your step or flex and get a hole in your side. Roll your side, don't let your neck react. You don't wanna see my hair with my head be at. But of it's from the start of this, running the game. James West, Taylor the West, so remember the name. Now who you gonna call? Now who you gonna call? If you ever rip with, people wanna bust, break down before you get bumped, bruh. At the Wild Wild West, I'm rolling to the Wild Wild West. When I'm strolling to the Wild Wild West. When I'm bouncing to the Wild Wild West. Bryson, let me hear.
And then he goes into my personal favorite, Men in Black. Now, given that he has a new album coming out, I knew there was gonna be a point in the show where he was gonna probably do a few of the newer tracks. And so after he did Men in Black, that's where he got into talking about putting together this new album. He brought up the Oscars. Like, he didn't say specifically, he just said, yeah, so I created this album and I started writing to it right after the Oscars thing happened. And we were all like, oh, he mentioned it, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?
You know, I had a couple of really powerful years of soul searching. There was a WillSmith that was perfect. There was a WillSmith that was flawless. It was the image of everything I wanted to be, but there was like a reality of emotions and things that I like pushed down and put away. Because I thought people couldn't like me if they knew I had sadness in there. I thought people wouldn't like me if they knew I was scared sometimes. If I was confused, if I was angry, you know. So I call all of those like emotions and those energies that I like push down, I call them they were the despicable prisoners. The parts of myself that I didn't like and I didn't think y'all could like me if you knew I had them.
He said, spoiler guys, he said that he created this album, which is called Based on a True Story Season 1, where all the songs act as episodes of this season, and that he's actually recorded 2 more albums. He said he's already recorded all of Season 2, and he's finishing up Season 3. So we have more albums coming. But for this particular session, he did the gospel-tinged song, You Can Make It.
Trying to heal up the battles I'm healing, the God is for real, you just want to reveal. Listen, so many tests for the flesh, exhausted, gasping to catch your breath. Walking through the valley of the shadow of death. When you think you got nothing left, keep going. Oh yeah, let me see the lights on. Let me see the lights on. There you go. Shut the lights on. Shut the lights on.
Then he did the song Work of Art, which unfortunately I didn't record because I was trying to save battery. And then he did a new song that I hadn't heard before.
This is the next single. This one is called Bulletproof. Bulletproof. And it's about just being able to bear the brunt of whatever life has to offer and still being able to stand. I've been a desperado, now y'all know what I know. When I say I'ma do it, no, it's not hollow. January to Christmas, I be standing on business. Number one on the hit list, get you on Joker's hit list. When I shoot, I never miss, it's like high noon. Raining truth on these fools like a monsoon. When I walk into a room, it's like a typhoon. Real clear when I show really who's who. In your favorite car, 700 horses. A Lone Ranger, born with my torch like Black Air Forces. Better we join forces. Got a knife, it's a gunfight, choices. I feel like I'm an outlaw. I feel like I'm without flaws. Bounty on my head, y'all better send your hardest. Cause I dance in hell and high water. I got the keys to heaven, but I earned them in hell. I'll give my life a song, but my soldiers ain't the same. I'm bulletproof. I'm bulletproof.
After that, he was like, hey guys, thanks for coming. And then he did the closer. And yeah, he had beach balls flying everywhere. In fact, one of them hit me when I was trying to record, and I was worried that like I was gonna drop my phone because it was getting kind of wild in there. Great time at the show, very high energy, very, very positive. A lot of times between the songs, he was just talking to the audience about bringing joy into the world and trying to leave a positive mark. It was just a really good, positive vibe full of people that were there for Will, who like Will, who still want Will to do well. You owe it to yourself to see his show. If he's in the UK, go check out the show. If he happens to perform here at some point, I'd go see that show. He really gives off a great performance, but I like the intimate setting of the House of Blues where it really allowed all of us to feel more connected to him on stage. That was my experience at the show, and like I said, my Aunt Debbie, she also had a great time there, and I look forward to hearing the new album, as well as the other two that are locked in somewhere, about to come out at some point. I'm APT Songs. Be sure to get my new album, Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself, Volume 1, as well as my newest single, 1,000 Baby Oil Bottles, and all my other songs, which are available at my website, aptsongs.com, as well as on all streaming platforms. That's all I got. I'm APT Songs, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.